Hey, are you someone who's planning to move to Canada desperately through the express entry system, but you feel that your CRS score is stuck? Are you looking out for ways through which you can improve your CRS score? Then this video is absolutely for you. So make sure that you're sticking on till the end to understand the different ways through which you can improve your CRS score. Stay tuned. Hey there, my name is Ajay. I'm the founder of Maple Assistance. If you're here for the first time, all you need to do is just go ahead and hit the subscribe button because you are going to get quality content related to the Canadian PR process and cracking your IELTS in this particular channel. If getting to Canada is your ultimate dream, then you're definitely at the right place. In Maple Assistance, we are helping people to crack IELTS and also to get the Canadian PR visa without spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees on consultancies. In case you have any questions regarding your particular profile, all you need to do is just click the link below and book a consultation call with me and we shall discuss your profile. So with that said, now let's get on to today's video. Scoring a CLB 9 in your IELTS examination is one of the easiest way to improve your CRS score. So for beginners, let me explain you what CLB 9 is all about. When you score 8 in listening and 7 in all the other modules in your IELTS examination, this combination is called CLB 9. Let me tell you why CLB 9 is really important. Assuming you have a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, have a pretty decent profile, and let us assume you score a CLB 8, then your score might be around 390, 380, somewhere around that region. Okay. And the moment you score a CLB 9 in IELTS, automatically your CRS score will jack up by 30 to 40 points, depending on the other factors in your profile. The reason why it happens is because something called a skill transferability factor. So let me explain you what skill transferability factor is actually all about. So this CLB 9 has the ability to combine with your work experience and also with your education, and it can jack up the CRS score. So that's the reason why it is really important to score a CLB 9 in your IELTS examination. Even if you score a 0.5 less in any one of the module, then again you'll have to retake the examination in order to increase your CRS score. So now that you know the importance of CLB 9, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and give your best shot and try to get that magic figure 8 in 777 and improve your CRS score. Having a second degree or a master's degree will also improve your CRS score. So let me explain this through a case study. Let us assume there are 3 people, A, B and C. A's age is 29 and he has 3 years work experience, and this guy has cracked CLB 9 in IELTS, and let us assume he only has a bachelor's degree. Now coming to B, his age is also 29. He has also cracked CLB 9 in IELTS, having 3 years of work experience, but this guy has a bachelor's degree and a 1-year postgraduate diploma degree, so which is actually 2 or more degree certificate. And let us assume the other person C, his age is also 29, he has cracked CLB 9 in IELTS, and this guy has a master's degree, now let us look at what would be the CRS score. In case of A, where this guy only has a bachelor's degree and CLB 9 in IELTS, his score will be 429. In case of B, where he has 2 or more degrees and he scored a CLB 9 in IELTS, his score will be 462. In case of C, who has a master's degree and has cracked CLB 9 in IELTS, his score will be 469. So you can clearly understand that if you're having a second degree, the CRS score will definitely increase, right? So the combination of CLB 9 and your second degree will definitely jack up your CRS score. So in case if you are someone who has only a bachelor's degree, you can go ahead and do that second degree. That second degree can even be a distance education 1-year diploma, or it can be a 2-year master's program also. So the moment you get a 2 or more degree certificate or master's equivalency in your ECA report, then your CRS score will automatically jack up. Alright, let us assume you are someone who has already scored a CLB 9 in IELTS and you also have a master's degree. You have done your level best, but still for some reason your CRS score is stuck somewhere around 450s or 460s, maybe because of your age. So you might be wondering, what is the solution? The answer is very simple. All you need to do is try to score a CLB 10. So let me explain what CLB 10 is all about. The moment you score 8.5 in listening, 7.5 in writing, 8 in reading and 7.5 in speaking, this combination is called your CLB 10. So what is the point difference between a CLB 9 and CLB 10? There is actually a 12-point difference between CLB 9 and CLB 10. So for each module, so let us assume that you are able to score a CLB 10 in one module and CLB 9 in the other 3 modules, then you get the points for the normal CLB 9. On top of that, you get 3 additional points because in one module you scored a CLB 10. So if you are able to score CLB 10 in all the 4 modules, it is 3 into 4, that is 12 points. So how is this going to play a role? Let us assume that you are someone whose CRS score is stuck at 460, and right now you very well know the CRS is around the 470s region. So all you need to do is just go ahead and give IELTS another attempt, and let us assume you crack that CLB 10 in all the 4 modules. Then what happens is that your CRS score will improve from 460 to 472. That is a definite guaranteed ITA. So in case if you have already scored a CLB 9 and still your CRS score is not enough to fetch an invitation, then try to go ahead and get that CLB 10 so that you get some additional points which will be really useful in fetching that invitation. So in many cases, even a CLB 9 in 2 modules or 3 modules have helped people to get this invitation. So even if you are able to increase your CRS score by 3 points by scoring a CLB 10 in any one of the module, that 3 points are really valuable. So please go ahead and give it your best shot to score CLB 10 in your IELTS attempt. This may not sound very practical or feasible to a lot of people out there, but trust me guys, this is another way to improve your CRS score, that is by learning French. So I was working out today morning on the CRS calculator, right? So I took a simple case. I took a case as like a person who's under the age 30 and who has only a bachelor's degree and who has already cracked CLB 9 in IELTS. So his score is around 429. So I initially gave CLB 5 in French to the person. The scores increased by 4 points. Then I increased the French score to CLB 7. Then the CRS score increased to 471. So initially the score was 429 without French. With a CLB 7 in French, the person with a bachelor's degree was able to take his scores to 471. So which means if you are really good at French, or if you are able to crack the CLB 7 in French, then I'm pretty sure that you will definitely be able to get an invitation pretty soon, because your CRS score will definitely jack up, right? So 30 points is really huge guys in your CRS. And so if you're someone who's feeling that I'm stuck with my CRS, then go give French a chance, like just give it a try, give it a shot. You never know, even if you're able to score that 3-4 points extra, it might come in handy at some point in time. So learning French is another way to improve your CRS score. There might be a lot of you out there who's watching this video whose age might be about 32, 35 and you might have already lost some points for your age. So you might be wondering, how do I increase my scores to 460s or even the 470s? So the best option for you to do is to do a higher education in Canada. I've already made a video on this and you can see that on the cards there. And the thing is that the moment you do your higher education in Canada, let us assume you're doing a 1-year PG diploma program in Canada, then what happens is that you get an additional 15 points for doing a 1-year diploma program in Canada. And not just that, you also get a 1-year work permit. And if you're doing a master's degree or a 2-year program in Canada, then you get 30 additional points and you also get 3 years work permit. So it is not just the 30 points that adds to your CRS, it is also the work experience. So in Canada, when you start working, the Canadian work experience will also add to your profile, and that will also increase your CRS score. So people who are stuck because of the age factor, then doing a higher education in Canada is a very good option to increase your CRS score. Getting a job offer in Canada can also increase your points from somewhere around 50 to 200. So frankly speaking, guys, getting a job offer from Canada is very, very difficult because there is something called as LMIA, which is Labor Market Impact Assessment. LMIA approved job offers are very hard to get, but still there is an outside chance, there is a 1% probability of you getting it. So in case if the NOC code which you are working is in high demand, and if they are not able to find anyone inside their country, then they might try to hire someone from outside of Canada. So that time, if you are there in the pool, or if you're there in the express entry pool with your profile there is a good chance that you might receive a job offer, right? But please guys, please understand, getting a LMIA approved job offer from Canada is very, very difficult. The reason why I am repeating this again and again is because you might be getting a lot of calls from these so-called consultants stating that I will be getting you a job offer, just pay 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. These kind of scams are very prevalent, and please be careful and make sure that you're trying and testing the job offers validity and the authenticity, and only then make any payment. And my suggestion is, in case you get such calls, please don't trust them. All right, so when they give you a call and when they say that we can arrange a job offer for you, please don't trust them. So the best way to go about this thing is you going and inviting, or you going and applying for jobs personally and getting in touch with the recruiters personally, and then taking a call on this one, right? So please be careful, please keep your money safe. Well, you may be wondering what spouse unaccompanied option is all about. So let me tell you upfront, it is only for people who are actually married. So let me illustrate this with a simple example. Okay, so let us assume that you are a married couple, and let's say the husband is the primary applicant. So in this case, you very well know, when a person is married and when they are applying as a family, what happens is that the secondary applicant, that is your spouse, can actually contribute somewhere close to 40 points on the CRS. So out of that 40, 20 points is for the IELTS or the English test, 10 points he or she can contribute in terms of education, and 10 points in terms of Canadian work experience. So let us assume that as a primary applicant, you have scored really good in your IELTS and you have cracked that CLB 9, CLB 10, whatever. But in case your spouse is not able to contribute in terms of the language test or your IELTS examination, in that case, what happens is that your CRS score might actually go down. So assuming that he or she, the spouse, doesn't have good education or good IELTS score, that time your CRS score can actually come down. So what you can do is that you can actually apply as spouse unaccompanied. So what happens is that the 30 points which your spouse contributes, now it will be on you. So what happens is that your CRS score might actually go on the rise. It can improve or it can increase, right? So all you need to do is, like, if you are someone who's married, and what you need to do is you have to go to the CRS calculator, check what is your CRS score with spouse unaccompanied, and also try to understand what the score is with your spouse. So if you feel that there is a significant difference between spouse unaccompanied and spouse accompanied, then you can go with spouse unaccompanied, get your invitation, get your PR, and once you land there, then you can sponsor your spouse and he or she can accompany you to Canada later, right? So this is another way of improving your CRS score. Well, I'm really sure that you are aware of this provincial nominee program. So the moment you get nominated by any one of the province, then what happens is that your score will get an additional 600 CRS points, right? So on top of your score, you will get additional 600 points. So which means that you will definitely be getting an invitation in the very next draw. So getting nominated by any one of the province is another way to improve or jack up your CRS points. So this PNP program is not that easy. You will have to first identify the different provinces in which you actually are eligible to apply. Certain provinces requires you to create an expression of interest in their website or portal, and some provinces requires you to just have a express entry profile and check the boxes in while creating an express entry profile. So for example, in case of Ontario or Alberta, all you need to do is just tick in the box like Alberta and Ontario while creating an express entry profile. So if they are interested in your profile, they will look into your express entry profile, and if they are interested, they might actually nominate you. When you take certain provinces like Saskatchewan or Prince Edward Island, you have to go create an expression of interest. You have to check whether you are eligible, then create an expression of interest, and based on their ranking system, you will be given a nomination, right? So once you receive the nomination, your profile gets additional 600 points, which means it's a sure shot invitation in the very next round. So this is another way to improve your CRS score. Well, these are some of the ways through which you can actually improve your CRS score, guys. I hope this video was useful to you. My recommendation is try to score that CLB 9, CLB 10 in your IELTS, and if in case you don't have a second degree, go ahead and try to do that second degree at least through a distance education program, and make sure that the university is actually recognized by the ECA governing body, that is WES or ICAS, right? So that you will get a positive ECA report. So this will actually help you to increase your CRS scores. If your age is well past 35, if you're around this 40s, then the best option is to, go ahead and try to do a higher education in Canada. So that can actually help you increase the points. And as I told you earlier, I've already made a video on that. You can check that out on our channel. I've also given that on the cards. You can actually check that out, right? So that's it, guys. I hope this video was useful to you. So in case if you have anything to share, please post your thoughts in the comment section below. Like this video and share this with your friends, and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet. So I'll be back with another video very soon, guys. So until then, it is Ajay signing off. Take care and bye bye.